CS2 majors are the biggest tournament in the scene. Qualifying to them means you secure a sticker with your name in the game, and with that comes a lot of money. With the Starladder Budapest major right around the corner, let's look at all the teams that made it to the major. But first, how does the team make it to the major? If you already know this, you can skip ahead to this timestamp to get right to the team breakdown. To get to the major, teams need to get a certain amount of Valve regional standing points, more commonly known as VRS. These are earned by playing tournaments that have the VRS ranking Valve assigned to them. Each region has its own standing and their own amount of slots that get an invite to the major. There are 16 teams from Europe, 10 from America region, and 6 from Asia, which includes Oceania. This brings us to a total of 32 teams. These are split into different stages based on their regional ranking. For EU, places 1 to 5 go straight to the final stage, stage 3, 6 to 10 go to stage 2, and 11 to 16 have to battle it out from stage 1. The rest of the regional seedings are on your screen, feel free to pause and look them over. Now that we know how teams get to the major, let's get into the attending teams. Stage 1. FaZe Clan. The team is Kerrigan, Brokey, Twist, Jacob, and Frozen, a legendary org in the CS community which has won major in the past. They're an international team that qualified through EUVRS. They have undergone many changes recently, causing them to lose their form. Once, a team that was feared, now has become an average opponent. It'll be exciting to see what they can pull off, but expect to be disappointed if you're a FaZe fan. Legacy. The team is Dumao, Lato, Nissim, Lux, and Sadzin, a very strong Brazilian team that qualified through AMVRS. Recently won their first trophy and are looking like a solid underdog team who can pull off a few upsets. They are most known because Brazilian legend Coldzera was one of the players on the first roster of Legacy. Oh, and they also had Stu with UK play for them for like 2 months. Gamer Legion. The team is Raz, ZTR, Tawson, PR, Hypex. If you guys watched my Betting on PGL Bucharest short series, you might know that Gamer Legion and I have some bad blood. Gamer Legion is an international EU team. They qualified through EUVRS and they're looking very mid. They can't perform against top 10 teams consistently, but against lower ranked teams they can put up a fight. Bait. The team is Headtrick, Alex666, and PL, Kensor, Essential. Qualified through EUVRS, they're a Ukrainian team who are looking very solid recently. They haven't won a trophy yet, but with talent like Headtrick and Essential, they can pull off some upsets. Fnatic. The team is Kerms, Blame F, Fear, Jambo, Jacasmo. International team with a Ukrainian base. They qualified through EUVRS. Much like FaZe Clan, they were once a feared name on the scene, dominating everyone. Now all that's left from that is Kerms. Their last tournament win was in 2020. I'm a big fan of their IGL Fear, so I really hope they do well. MAT. The team is Slacks, Swisher, Hext, Sin, and Lake. Qualified through AMVRS, they have 2 Germans, 2 Americans, and a Canadian. Odd mix, but it seemed to work since they're in the major. If they manage to push themselves a bit more, I think they could be the saviors of NA and German CS. Ninjas in Pajamas. The team is Snappy, Shush, Wrinkle, Ujorks, and Kaspersky. NIP qualified through EUVRS and are another fallen giant. They're a Swedish org who turned international. Their last trophy was in 2021. This team is very odd. It's like a Face-It pug where a bunch of random players got together. Wrinkle and Kaspersky are solid, but Snappy as an IGL in the big 2025 is a small issue. Then Vision. The team is Westmelon, Zacher, Starry, Kalamsu, and the crowd favorite Amelia Kak. You may have seen his interview moments.
Amelia, getting to play a Tier 1 event in China, what does that mean to you?
Good morning.
Are you excited to be playing in China?
Yes. Are
you excited to be playing against Furia, who beat you in Austin?
Of course.
What's going to be different this time around?
Revenge.
What have you been cooking up? Anything you're going to be doing differently?
No.
Same game plan?
Same.
Well, let's see how it pans out. Thank you so much, Amelia. Good luck.
Thank you.
Our first team that qualified through AGVRS. They're a Chinese org who are unfortunately very mid. They aren't even the best Chinese team right now, but I'm excited for Amelia's interviews. They're always entertaining. Paravision. The team is James, Bilchonok, AW, Xielo, and Nota, a Russian-based org that qualified through EUVRS. They are led by the legendary IGL James, who's known for his constant saving and slow CS style, and Coach Lastan, both major winners. Honestly, not expecting much from them this major. FlyQuest. The team is JKS, Ince, Vexite, Netic, and Regali. Qualified through AGVRS, they're the only Australian org at the major. They're infamous for being put as 0-3 in their pick'ems and ruining the pick'ems. With the Australian GOAT JKS bringing the experience, I can see them being in the underdog and making a deep run. Remember, don't put them at 0-3 in your pick'ems. Imperial. The team is Cello, Vinny, Skulls, Try, and No Way. Brazilian team qualifying through AMVRS. They have a very good core, but they don't seem to perform well against higher tier teams. A good contender to make it to Stage 2 though. Fluxo. The team is Art, Lukosi, Zevi, Decenty, and Kia. Brazilian team qualifying through AMVRS. Art is a legendary Brazilian player who's very respected in the community. Unfortunately, I don't think they'll do too well this major as they lose to more experienced teams. NRG. The team is Nitro, Sonic, Exotic, Bro, and George. International team based in the US with legendary Nitro and Sonic on the team. They qualified through AMVRS. They're a mid team that can win or lose depending on the weather. Excited to see what they bring to the major. Red Candidates. The team is Drop, Che Jesus, Cows, History, and Venom Zera. Another Brazilian team qualifying through AMVRS with a lot of history. They have a good team with decent results recently, but I don't know how they'll perform against higher tier teams on the biggest stage in CS. The Huns. The team is 9, Score, Bartok, Xerite, Cobrazera. A Mongolian team qualifying through Asia VRS. They're not even the best Mongolian team at the major. I hope they end up playing the Mongols so Bartok can play against his brother in Sinho. Yes, they're brothers if you don't know. And we can see who's the better Mongolian team. Rare Atom. Team is Summer, Marek, Child King, Tiger, and Li Hang. Our last team for stage 1, based in China, qualified to Asia VRS. Not the favorites for sure, but can pull off a few upsets. Summer is a Chinese legend, so hoping they do well. Stage 2. Now it's time for the big dogs. Aurora. The team is Major, Xantares, Woxic, Lucadia, and Hota. The only Turkish team in the major qualified through EU VRS. Won their first trophy recently, but didn't look the most convincing. If they come with their peak form, they have a chance of making a deep run. Natus Vincer. The team is Alexi B, Emma, Bit, Wonderful, and Makaze. International team based in Ukraine. Qualified through EU VRS. Winners of the first CS2 major in Copenhagen have been looking very shaky since the benching of JL. If Makaze continues playing the way he is right now, they don't have much of a chance. But if he steps up, they can make it to the playoffs. Can't wait to hate watch Navi. 3G Max. The team is Body, Maka, Lucky, Exercise, and Gravity. French team that qualified through EU VRS. They had a good run a couple of months ago, but now have fallen off a little. They can pull off some underdog moves, but not expecting a playoff run from them. Liquid. The team is Naf, Elige, Nerds, Suhi, Ultimate. International team who's based in EU and qualified through EU VRS. Legendary duo of Elige and Naf are going to try and win the major. They're a very hit or miss team, so I don't know what to expect from them. Let's see what Suhi can create with his IGL role. Astralis. The team is Device, Magisk, Huxi, Yabi, Stare. Danish team qualified to EU VRS. Another team that once was legendary, but now trying to scrape up anything to get back to that level. I don't know how much Huxi's aura can help them win the major, but they did have a good run at IM Chengdu recently. Tailu. The team is Attacker, Jamyong, G, Mercury, Museo. Best Chinese team qualified through Asia VRS. G is another crowd favorite who has no haters. His interviews bring a smile to everyone, but I don't think that will help them win the major.
And G, I know it's emotional and hard, but you made many fans of people around the world for Counter-Strike. Anything you want to say to all the English-speaking fans that have loved to see what you do, see your personality?
I don't know, say just Counter-Strike is the best game in this world. If you love CS, I love you. Yeah.
And Counter-Strike loves G. We all love G here, but it's sad to see him go. They did their best to fight it through. Oh, G. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, respect to G, giving a loser interview in a second language, not easy. You can obviously see him holding back the emotions.
Passion UA. The team is JT, Halzark, Grim, Kvam, and Nix. Qualified through AMVRS, don't let the name deceive you. What started off as a Ukrainian project quickly turned into an international one, with the signing of the Complexity Core. Overall, a very solid Tier 2 team. MIBR. The team is Exit, Kickert, Brinzen, Insani, and Klim. Brazilian-based team qualified through AMVRS. Very odd team, I don't know who had the idea to bring Kicker and Klim there. Seems like they don't belong, but oh well, what do I know. Let's see how they do. Stage 3, now for the biggest of the teams, the Elite. The ones who can and should win it all. Vitality. The team is Apex, Rops, Zaiwu, Flames, and Mezzi. French-based Oregon International, qualified from EU VRS. They have arguably the best player in history, Zaiwu, the chosen one. They had success winning the last major in Counter-Strike Global Offensive and are the current major champions, winning Austin Blast Major earlier this year. They have kept their form and are probably the favorites in winning the upcoming major. Furia. The team is Fallen, Yuri, Yekindar, Kisarato, Molodoi. Brazilian org with a few international players sprinkled in. Led by one of the fathers of Counter-Strike, Fallen made it through AMVRS. Their star player and opper Molodoi has been insane recently and is one of the best operas in the scene right now. If the whole team shows up, I can see them making it really far. Falcons. The team is Nico, Tessus, Monasi, Keksan, Kyosuke. Saudi Order qualified through EUVRS. He has collected players like Thanos collected the gems. They have the 3 most expensive transfers in CS history with Nico, Monasi, and Kyosuke. As much as I love these players individually, I don't want them winning the major, as it is all just bought. No academy, no years of struggle, just buying their major. But this is the best chance Nico has had at winning the major in his career, so it's a double-edged sword.
Simple and bit. Times it to perfection. And Simple sitting no!
Mongols. The team is Blitz, Techno, Zinho, Controllers, 910. Mongolian organization that qualified through Asia VRS. The Mongols have been a new dominant giant that has proved that they can beat any team out there. But I don't know how much I would rate their chances of winning after the sudden benching of Senzu for Controllers. They're always fun to watch though, and I think one of the only teams with no haters. Maus. The team is Brolan, Torshi, Sphinx, Jimhat, Xertion. International team that qualified through EUVRS. A lovely team to watch and follow as their core came from their academy roster. No huge transfers apart from Sphinx from Vitality, but even then, it wasn't like the Falcons. I'd be surprised if they don't make it to the playoffs. Spirit. The team is Chopper, Shiro, Tnir, Donk, Zweig. Russian team that qualified through EUVRS. Personally a big fan of the team, but I think they overcooked with the recent roster changes, which brought in Zweig and Tnir for Magix and Zontex. Before these changes, they were one of the favorites to win it all, but now I think making it to the playoffs would be a huge accomplishment for them. G2. The team is Hunter, Mabzum D, Sunpayus, Heavy God, Matis. International team that qualified through EUVRS. After getting stripped of Nico and Monas, they've been doing fairly well for themselves. They can beat almost anyone outside the top 10, but they struggle with some of the bigger teams. Making it to the playoffs would be huge for them, but I don't know if they'll do it. Pain. The team is GGT, Biguzera, Davideos, and QZ, Snow. Our last team of the major is Brazilian and qualified through AMVRS. Consistently one of the best teams from the region, but I don't think they'll have what it takes to get to the playoffs. Although ranked in top 10 during their peak, they have not seen much success with tournament wins. That is all guys, I hope this video gave you a quick rundown of every team that will be playing at the upcoming major. Once the major starts, I'll be making a daily matchday recap for every day that's played. So if you want to feel like you watched the game without watching the game, stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, consider liking and subscribing if you want more content.